Good evening. I am Dr. Keshab Chandra Mandal. Very recently, I have written a book. The title of the book is India's Development Policy from Pre-Independence to Post-Independence. The book is being published by Avenel Press, Kolkata. I have dedicated this book to all those people who have contributed to the development of India. There are total 10 chapters in the book. Apart from that, there are abbreviation, a glossary, acknowledgements, preface, introduction, and at the end, bibliography and index. The first chapter, invasion and exploitation of foreign rulers in India. The second chapter deals with India's freedom movements, compel British rulers to quit India. Number 3, that means third chapter, talks about the strengths of modern India. Chapter 4, lessons from developed world. Chapter 5, India's major national policies. Chapter 6, foreign policy from Nehru to Modi. Chapter 7, India's relations with the global powers. Chapter 8, strategies for turning India into a $30 trillion economy. Chapter 9 talks about challenges in contemporary India, and chapter 10 tells or provides necessary recommendations and then conclusion. In this book, I have tried to show how India can become a $30 trillion economy by 2047. This is one of the greatest books so far written by any political scientist in India. This is a research based book. I would like to give you a synopsis of the book so that you can understand what are the contents of the book, why the book is important, why people should buy this book, why people should keep one copy at least of this volume with their home, or maybe one copy at least for themselves or their children or friends, like that, right? I'm just giving you a brief introduction, and then I will tell what are the policies the government of India has already taken to uplift the socio-economic condition of people, build infrastructure, and make inclusive growth for the people of India. Let me begin with the issue of development, because the very issue of development is related to Viksit Bharat. The issue of development is not new. Rather, it can be called a century-old concept. Prior to the present day concept of sustainable development goals 2015 to 2030, the issue of development passed through different stages as progress, prosperity, growth, human development, etc. In this regard, Debra Knopfman and others pointed out that, quote, the global understanding of development has changed over the years, as have definitions. Countries now agree that the best path forward is one of sustainable development, which the UN defines as development that promotes prosperity and economic opportunity, greater social well-being and protection of the environment. Unquote. Sustainable development seeks to achieve broadly three main goals. Number one, economic development. Number two, social development. Number three, environmental protection. In a balanced manner, Hugo Slim points out that, quote, in 1974, a group of 10 of the world's developed experts, all men, met at Cocoyoc in Mexico to try to set a new agenda of alternative development to move forward from what they consider to be the failure of development in the 1950s and 1960s. They produced the Cocoyoc Declaration, in which they made a basic distinction between priorities related to the inner and those relating to the outer limits of development. The inner limits cover fundamental human needs like food, shelter, health, and human rights. The outer limits relate to aspects of the planet's physical integrity like the environment and population. However, he further points out that, quote, development is essentially about change, not just any change, but a definite improvement, a change for the better. At the same time, development is also about continuity. It must make sense to people and be in line with their values and their capacity. Development must therefore be appropriate culturally, socially, economically, technologically, and environmentally. Unquote. The modern concept of sustainable development evolved in the 1970s and especially in the 80s of the last century. The essence of the concept of sustainable development derives from the triple bottom line concept, which implies the balance between three pillars of sustainability: environmental sustainability, that focused on maintaining the quality of environment which is necessary for conducting the economic activities and quality of life of people; to social sustainability, which strives to ensure human rights and equality, preservation of cultural identity, respect for cultural diversity, race and religion; and number three, economic sustainability, necessary to maintain the natural, social, and human capital required for income and living standards. Further, to trace the origin of the modern concept of sustainable development, the 1972 Conference on the Human Environment in Stockholm, Sweden, can be cited, which was attended by 113 states and representatives from 19 international organizations to exclusively deal with the environmental issues. The Stockholm Conference played a catalytic role promoting the subsequent adoption of international agreements concerned with ocean dumping, pollution from ships, and the endangered species trade. It also adopted the Stockholm Declaration on the Human Development, which included forward looking principles such as principle number 13167, that declared the need for integration and coordination in development planning to allow the environmental protection, considering the low pace of progress in action. In 1983, the US General Assembly created the World Commission on Environment and Development, which was later known as the Brundtland Commission, named after its chair, Gro Harlem Brundtland. the then Prime Minister of Norway and later head of the World Health Organization. In 1987, the Commission published the Brundtland Report entitled Our Common Future. It built upon what had been achieved at Stockholm and provided the most politically significant among all definitions of sustainable development. The Brundtland Commission's brief definition of sustainable development as the quote, ability to make development sustainable, to ensure that it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Since independence in 1947, India has been struggling to rise its head and become a developing country from its earlier underdeveloped status. When the British government left India, they ruined its economy, destroyed its trade and commerce, destructed its agriculture, and even broke its culture. With all these shortcomings, Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister, visualized to make India self-reliant. It is to some extent similar to the vision of our present Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a developed nation, or Viksit Bharat. While his daughter Srimati Indira Gandhi was struggling to save people from dire poverty, natural calamity, ill health, provincial disturbances, and foreign aggression, she had to give slogan Garibi Hatao. So Garibi was a great problem at that time. While her son Rajiv Gandhi brought about revolution through computerization and other reforms. In true sense, PMPV Narasimha Rao and his finance minister Dr. Manmohan Singh opened the door of economy to the world through liberalization and lifting license Raj. However, every government formulated various public policies to ameliorate the socio-economic condition of people. On the other hand, it is Narendra Modi who got a better India with much progress in science, technology, agriculture, education, infrastructure, economy, and defense. From 2014, he undertook massive bold steps through formulation of public policies and administrative decisions that have played catalytic role to heighten Indian economic status from merely 10th to 14th position in just 10 years. India's GDP has grown, GDP per capita income has also been increased. Defense, science, space, technology, research and development have been drastically changed. Now Mr. Modi dares to dream of a Viksit Bharat to be achieved by 2047. So the research, the present research which I have done is based on some objectives in mind. The objectives of the study are number one, to examine India's history, culture, trade, and commerce from ancient to modern, to indicate India's present political, economic, military, agricultural, health, and science and technological strength. Number two, to examine the most secrets of success from the developed countries. Next, number four, to highlight India's major public policies that accelerate India's sustainable development and economic growth. Number five, to investigate India's contemporary foreign policy and its relations with global powers. Number six, to find out the existing challenges to achieve the vision. And finally, number seven, to extend some concrete policy prescriptions for achieving the vision Viksit Bharat by 2047. I have reviewed at least 500 literature including books, journals, magazines, reports of government of India, reports of various ministries, human development report, your development report of the United Nations, UN Women, International Labour Organization, and others. Okay. So I have seen there is a literature gap. India as a subject is so important and so attractive that it could not fail to attract the pains of many writers and researchers both from east and west, and accordingly a lot of works relating to it have already been existed. Some of them have written by distinguished men and are available in different publication houses, libraries in India and different parts of the world. To all these works, however, there are one or more serious defects which, without impugning their merits, go to prove that, as far from their discussion, they have left important blanks which deprive the readers of satiating their thirst for knowledge and India from ancient to modern. From the study of the above literature, I mean the literature which I have studied, it comes to light that some of the works are professedly confined to particular periods or particular provinces or particular topics, while some other micro studies and a good number of books are written on a particular topic or place or person. Some are merely general descriptions that omit part of the earlier history and socio-cultural aspects, while others deal with comprehensive reports and local area surveys. None of the books and studies has any clear vision for 21st century India. Most of the works are neither interesting nor instructive. Moreover, none of the books presently written by a few authors on Viksit Bharat or Vision at 2047 are research oriented and based on an authentic source of literature. But the present volume, which differs from them in plan, nature, shape, and contents, is also intended to be a more reader friendly. It was undertaken in the belief that if written after due research on India's history, culture, philosophy, economy, infrastructure, science and technology, and chalking out a scientific plan for making India a superpower in a perspicuous style and win strict impartiality, it might supply a want which had a long been felt and to which recent events had given much additional urgency. Methodology. In this study, I have adopted a desktop research method. The documents used for the study are primarily secondary and some primary. The secondary sources include various books, reports, and articles. Primary sources include data from different ministries of the Government of India and international organizations such as the United Nations Development Programme, UN Women, and others. Now I will come to the concept of Viksit Bharat. The term Viksit Bharat is the Hindi translation of English word developed India. In this terminology, the focus is given on India's development. Now, the concept of development should be examined first. Generally, the term development is very often used by economists, politicians, social scientists, and policymakers. The term is simply used to describe an improvement in the quality of human life. In the earlier stages of development economics, development was measured by the gross domestic product of a country gross national product, and GDP per capita income. In this regard, Wanne Yake, in one of his recent works, pointed out that, quote, until the 1970s, development was understood purely in economic terms, when it was assumed that increasing the production capacity of a nation would automatically improve the quality of life of the people through the trickle-down effect, unquote. Further, Lord Robbins was quoted by Waniake regarding the method of measuring development. Quote, development was measured in relation to the income per head and as the ready availability of goods and services as distinct from the differences from the experience of satisfaction felt by people, unquote. On the other hand, Professor Amartya Sen gave a different definition. According to him, quote, human development as an approach is concerned with what I take to be basic development idea, namely advancing the richness of human life rather than the richness of the economy in which human beings live, which is only a part of it. That is, I think, the basic focus of the human development approach, unquote. In this way, there are so many definitions of development, but there is a similarity between the development concepts given by various social scientists, political scientists, and economists, and the present Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The aim of our Honorable Prime Minister is to make a developed India by 2047, when India will celebrate its 100th year of independence. Idea or vision is very clear, and there is a fixed target to increase $30 trillion economy. What is the position of India now? Now, India's GDP is only $4.15 trillion. 10 years ago, when Narendra Modi came to power in 2014, at that time, India's GDP was $2 trillion. In just 10 years, he has developed a lot through his policies. What are the policies taken by government of India? That I will tell you. Okay, before that, let me tell you the origin of the word Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat 2047 is the current government's vision to turn India into a completely developed nation by 2047. Before the 18th Lok Sabha elections held between April and June 2024, the Prime Minister concluded a meeting with his Council of Ministers to discuss the new government's action plan in the next 100 days after the formation of the government. Right, so this was his plan. So, a key component of this initiative is ambitious goal of elevating India to the rank of world's third largest economy within the next 5 years, that is by 2030, contingent upon the NDA assuming power once more. Goals set under the mission are to turn India into a $30 trillion developed economy in about 2 decades for a projected 1.65 billion population. So, the document envisions economic growth, sustainable development goals, improvements in the ease of living and doing business, enhanced infrastructure, and bolstered social welfare initiatives. Further, Viksit Bharat 2047 is the current government's roadmap to making India a completely developed nation by 2047. Right. The core objective of the Viksit Bharat vision is to foster inclusive economic participation among all citizens. It was published by Deccan Herald on 4th March 2024. Now, the question is, how will the vision of Mr. Narendra Modi be achieved? Is there any roadmap? Is there any plan? Is there any white paper? Is there any policy document? No. In this book, I have written. I will just give you a brief line. Modi's policy that transformed India from a 10th position to the 4th position presently. How or through which policies this transformation has taken place. First, I am just giving you the outlines, right? Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao program, Save Girls and Educate Girls program. He initiated on 22nd January 2015. Next, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, Jan Dhan Yojana and linking of Aadhaar and mobile. Number 3. Number 4, Make in India scheme. Number 5, tough stand against corruption, electricity for all, Connecting India program. Then economic policy of the government, mainly through through GST, introduction of gross goods and services tax. This is one of the greatest economic reformation policies initiated by Government of India under Narendra Modi. Number 9, the vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, with all, development all. These are the visions, these are the plans, these are the programs initiated by the government that have transformed economic or social or industrial, agricultural, health status of India in last 10 years. Next, number 10, labor force participation, health policy of the present government, national education policy, very revolutionary decision or policy, Skill India mission, all are new things, all these things are newly introduced by this government. Economic empowerment of youths through the Prime Minister's internship scheme. Number 15, agriculture policy of the government, PM Kishan scheme, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, like that. Many other plans are, many other programs are there. Trade and commerce policy, science and technology policy. You see, I am telling about the major policies that have been taken by the government of India to transform the socio-economic condition of people. Space research policy, research and development policy, Startup India program initiative. All these things have transformed the socio-economic status of people in India. Next, what are the policies needed for attaining Viksit Bharat? Okay, so this is a $1 million question. How to achieve Viksit Bharat goals or vision, right? Let me tell you the suggestions what policies should be taken. Number 1, arouse your love and respect for India first, patriotism increase. Number 2, set a big goal and work wisely to increase your income. Number 3, how the American rich became richer. There are mainly 10 policies that have been described by an American writer. I have given here those policies. Next, let us learn from China to overcome them, to overtake them. Let us take a lesson from Japan. So we have to learn from Japan, China, USA, Germany. Next, how Japan grew. Let us learn from Japan. Next, number 6, Indian scientists and technologists must learn low-cost mass production systems. Number 7, the union leaders must vow to protect, assist and increase industrial production. There should not be Chakka Bandh, there should not be Bharat Bandh, right? Number 8, the government must formulate stronger and better policies, more stronger policies are needed from the part of the government of India. Next, number 9, how the government may increase the GDP growth at 10%, I have given here. How the number of MSMEs can be increased and add value in the next 23 years. How the government should set a target to grow GDP and per capita income at least 8 times. I have given in details in this book. Next, number 12, how the government can encourage the farmers to increase productivity. Number 13, how can India compete with Japan, China and America in the automobile industry? Number 14, India's defense exports should be increased. Number 15, drone manufacturing and export should be increased. Number 16, how can India expedite its nuclear power? Number 17, India should take the initiative to popularize the Indian rupee in the international market. Number 18, how to increase electronics and information technology. Number 19, the Indian power sector should produce more clean energy. Number 20, foreign investors should be incentivized to come and invest in India. Number 21, all Indian states should attract and invite foreign tourists. Number 22, the Indian government must respect pluralism and adopt industrial policy. Number 23, India must develop and utilize skills, talents of the youths. Next, 24, students should be trained to be entrepreneurs from the school level. 25, students should be sensitized to studying need-based subjects. 26, how the government can engage more youths in the development process. Number 27, how the government can expedite international trade and commerce. 28, India should publish a national vision document. India's potentiality and strategy to lead the world. Number 30, how can India become a supplier instead of a procurer? I have given in details. Next, number 31, how can India attract more foreign direct investment? Number 32, rural youth must be encouraged to participate in nation building. 33, mitigate the menace of climate change. 34, human security must be ensured. 35, population control is indispensable. 36, the state should play a minimum role. 37, self-development is imperative. Number 38, learning the art of living is cardinal. 39, let us ensure equality, promote friendship and love. Number 40, let us live like saint and work like lion. These are the policies mainly. And number 1, let us live together in peace and harmony. So these are the suggestions I have given to the government of India and the youths and all the stakeholders. Next, challenges. What are the challenges ahead of India? There are many challenges, we all know the challenges. Still, it is necessary for a researcher to highlight the challenges so that the government can flag those challenges, right? Number 1, absence of good, modern and scientific education system. Though national education policy has been implemented, but still it has not been implemented throughout India. Number 2, lack of role models in society. Number 3, valueless education system. Value-based education should be there. Superstition still prevails in India. Number 5, fault-finding mentality of people. These are the general socio-psychological problems. People are mostly timid. Number 7, people are cozy. Number 8, women labor force participation and education rate is low. Number 9, India's HDI, Human Development Index, is very low. Number 10, India is far from being the manufacturing hub of the world. Number 11, gender discrimination is pervasive. Number 12, self-centered Indians mostly seek personal happiness and comfort. Number 13, lower level of patriotism in Indian people. Number 14, little knowledge of fundamental duties. Many of us know about fundamental rights, but very few of us know what are our duties, fundamental duties, right? Number 5, political interference in educational institutions by the political leaders. Number 16, unbridled corruption still rampant in the length and breadth of India. Number 17, use of CBI and ED for political purposes. Many people complain against it. Number 18, security threats from within and outside the borders. Number 19, India's GDP and per capita income are shamefully low. Number 20, massive poverty and huge income inequality exist in India. Number 21, India is a land of millions of illiterate and unskilled workers. Number 22, India's forex reserve is comparatively low. Number 23, population explosion extenuates India's development. Number 24, lack of aggressive policies are lacking in. Next, lack of strong foreign policy. These are the 25 policy crises or challenges India is having. There are many more, but I did not give all. I have mainly delineated these 25 problems. Thereafter, in the last concluding chapter, I have given policy prescriptions to the government of India. What are the policy prescriptions? Number 1, students should be trained to think out of the box. Number 2, a target oriented development plan is necessary. Number 3, more funds to be allocated for research and development. Number 4, India is a hotspot of development. Number 5, strong competition is required among Indian industries. Number 6, various innovative ideas should come from different stakeholders. Number 37, hooliganism of local leaders with industrialists must be dealt with sternness. Number 8, extensive skill development training is required. Number 9, smart plan is required for both big and small car manufacturers. Number 10, India can beat China in manufacturing with policy reforms. What are the policies should be taken? I have given here. Number 11, India needs to acquire self-sufficiency to overtake China in the pharmaceutical and other industries. Number 12, use of robots and drones in production, trade, industry and war. We have very recently seen that in war those drones are being used, but more use and more drone making training, drone pilots and drone mechanics should be there. Then number 13, India should provide better facilities to robot makers. Number 14, bigger manufacturing industries to be set up and pressure tactics to be introduced. Beijing's boldness lying in its focus on advanced manufacturing. It relies less on service sector than on manufacturing for achieving its goal of world's largest economy. One significant mantra of growth pursued by China as well as most of the developed nations is, within double inverted comma, pressure, which is the driving force. And without pressure, it is difficult for companies to develop and fulfill target. Right? So pressure tactics is necessary to be introduced by India. Number 15, public-private partnership is sine qua non. Number 16, more automated guided vehicles must be manufactured. Number 17, control of carbon emission is necessary for making a healthy India. Number 18, artificial intelligence must be popularized among the students. Number 19, technology know-how to be popularized among young people. Number 20, India needs a balance between manufacturing and service industry. 21, students must be prepared to cope up with future challenges. Number 22, train Indian people, especially the youth and students, to realize their inner power. 23, implement the national education policy in toto. All right. So, and in every state. Number 24, introduction of one nation, one education is a must. 25, one nation, one party to be introduced. 26, one nation, one vote has to be implemented. 27, rape culture must be stopped. Number 28, stop abusing women tourists to attract foreigners in India. 29, let us breed confidence and build national unity. Number 30, let us introduce Ghar Sabha for family bonding and national development. The Ghar Sabha concept has been introduced by Pramukh Swami Maharaj of BAPS. That this is very good thing. Pramukh Swami has articulated 5 principles which promote family unity. What are those? Number 1, praise and appreciate each other. Number 2, recognize and acknowledge the talents and virtues of your family members, particularly encourage children by appreciating them. Number 3, help each other. Number 4, exercise forgiveness. So, one should forgive others for their mistakes, errors, and omissions. When you forgive, you in no way change the past, but you surely change the future. Right? So I recommend this Ghar Sabha thing for to be introduced in India. Duties of government: government should perform minimum role, minimum duty, and maximum outcome. Concluding remarks. Let me come to the conclusion. In conclusion, I would like to indicate that without more advanced technological innovation and its use, skill development, digital knowledge proliferation, implementation of National Education Policy 2020, export quality production of goods, foreign direct investment, popular acceptance of STEM subjects, proper and scientific utilization of both manpower and natural resources, the dream of India's Prime Minister to achieve a Viksit Bharat will be next to impossible. The government of India and almost all the state governments have already realized this fact and taken a few good measures also through policy reforms and implementation of the same in their respective states. But the measures and momentum are not adequately satisfactory. All should be proactive. Neither the union government alone, nor the state governments, nor India's merchants, businessmen, and traders individually will be able to do this job without the collaboration and cooperation of all the stakeholders. Hence, all the concerned people and institutions and departments of the government now ought to come forward hereby heartily and actively to attain the Vision 2047. I emphasize most of our youths and students, especially the rural boys and girls and the disadvantaged people who were full of vigor and vitality. I also call upon the parents and senior members of the society to come forward with a liberal heart and extend all their energy, experience, and wealth for the welfare and betterment of our young generation in general and the country as a whole. They are the real future. The students are the real future of India. They are the future makers of India. They are the backbone of our country. They are the hopes and aspirations of India, and they are the real agents of change. Therefore, the elder members of the society should remember that their children's development means their own development, their family's development, and ultimately the country's development. Further, the young people must bear in mind that without hard work, sincerity, and honesty, they cannot succeed in life. Remember, there is no alternative to hard work, sincere work, honest work, and smart work. The people, if the people in the USA spend more money on education and investment, they spend more time studying, learning, and exploring. The Japanese also do the same. All the people in developed countries follow almost the same strategy and methods. India cannot be an exception. So let us work hard, learn specialized skills, and become economically stronger. When we are economically stronger, our country is also economically stronger. Understand this truth. Students, you are the most precious jewel of our state, of our country. Always remember this word in mind. Quote, I am the most precious jewel of my family, my society, ultimately my country. I must work harder and I must succeed. Unquote. After getting up from bed in the morning and before going to bed at night, regularly say the above quoted sentence. These thought will make you a great person, and with your greatness and personal development, the progress and prosperity of our society and the country will be accomplished. I see in my mind's eye that the day is not far when every youth in India will learn at least one specialized skill, take a decent job, or engage in decent economic activities and earn handsome income of at the rate of 2.5 lakh per month and live a dignified life. I am sure that India's GDP will be $30 trillion and GDP per capita income will increase to $30,000 by 2047. Then the dream of the present Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi to transform India into a developed country, that is Viksit Bharat, will be accomplished. With this, I would like to conclude here. It is already a long time. It is already 47.23 minutes. I would like to conclude here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night.